Joining us now is Benjamin Akakwo, Joy News TV correspondent. For more on this, thank you, Benjamin, for speaking to us. Let's begin with the court's reason for barring this protest. It is the fundamental human right of the citizens to protest, isn't it?
Well, it is, but let me just start by saying that I host the morning show on Joy News Television, just to clarify the designation. But it is. Fundamentally, when you look at the 1992 Constitution of Ghana, Article 21D specifically talks about the freedom of assembly, the freedom to embark on protestations or demonstrations. So that is guaranteed by the Constitution of Ghana. But we must also put this in context. In On the back of COVID-19, of course, there have been certain protocols that have been observed. There's been an executive order banning certain public gatherings. As I speak to you, people cannot congregate at beaches. People cannot go to cinemas. In fact, they are closed and all of that. So that is the context in which you ought to put all of this. But specifically, when it comes to fix Mother Ghana or fix the country, which is that hashtag that has been trending for over a week now, people are citing the fact that last year, the Electoral Commission compiled a new voters register in the midst of the pandemic. That campaigning occurred before December 2020, in the midst of the pandemic. And that again, elections were held in the midst of the pandemic. In fact, there have been government organized gatherings in the course of the pandemic. And so some people feel that this is just an attempt to use the law to gag people, to prevent people from pouring out on the street. So that is the context you ought to look at when you're considering this. Now, in terms of barring the protest, Ruby Aite, who is a justice of the High Court, actually delivered that verdict. It was an ex parte injunction. And one thing that ought to be taken note of here is that per the law, such injunctions as was granted by Ruby Aite, the High Court Justice, should not be granted. In fact, the law now, as it is, states that such injunctions cannot be sought ex parte. But that is exactly what happened when the police service, together with its lawyer, sought this injunction from the High Court. And the conveners of, Fix the Country have been very upset at that development because for them, it is the law being flouted by a justice of the courts. There have been some calls for the head of the justice of the court. There have been calls for her to be removed, among other things. That is yet to happen. So that is the current situation. But situating the conversation further, yesterday the protest was supposed to be held. It was not held. The organizers said that they were going to try to abide by what the court had said, though even the Attorney General, Godfred Yeboah-Dame, had stated that there were problems with that ruling of the court and that indeed such an injunction cannot exceed 10 days. Again, let me explain. The High Court Justice had basically said that the conveners of Fix the Country were barred from protesting not just yesterday, the 9th of May, but that indeed they were barred from carrying it out on any other day till the order banning public gatherings, which I have explained to you is an executive order by the president himself, is lifted. What this means is that this is some sort of perpetual injunction, which in itself creates manifold problems. Legal luminaries in Ghana have said that that is problematic, and that is the current situation. Maybe you'd like to know about why exactly people are protesting, if that is something else you have on the chopping board.
Ask you just very quickly, now the protest has moved online. What are the citizens asking for, and is the government listening?
All right, so the citizens basically are asking for the basic amenities of life. They are saying they voted for this administration and they want to see good roads, for example. Again, to put it into context, in this first quarter of the year, about 1,000 people have died in road crashes in Ghana, part of it owing to bad roads. There is corruption, or at least a high perception of corruption in Ghana. People are complaining about that. People are complaining about high utility charges. People are complaining about fuel prices that are hiking. In recent times, about 9 pesos added to the price of fuel. People are complaining about galamsey, illegal small-scale mining. So this is just a brief bit about some of what people are complaining about.
All right.
And they've taken the matter on social media, and there's still a
Yes.
lot of talk about it.
Yeah, there's still going to be a lot of talk about it. But we'd like to thank you, Benjamin Akakwo, for joining us. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.